Hello, my dear friends. Once again, I welcome all of you on your favorite YouTube channel, MBA Wallah English. Now, MBA Wallah English is meant for all the students, first of all, who are preparing for CAT 2025 and other management entrance examinations. After CAT 25, you'll be writing CAT 26, 27, 28. So, in whichever year you'll be writing your CAT entrance examination, CAT, right? So this is the channel that is meant for you, for your requirement for every management entrance examination. Now friends, in this session, we shall continue from where we have left in the previous session. Now here we are discussing the exact questions of CAT 2024 slot number 1. And in the first session of this series, we have seen CAT 2024 LRDI section slot number 1, the sets which needed to be solved in the first round, right? Now you understand what I mean by round 1, round 2, and then the final round. So the entire 40 minutes needs to be divided in 2 or 3 rounds. And obviously, just to increase, in order to increase our score, in order to increase the number of attempts, we should be attempting the easiest sets first. Right? So to start with the section, we have already solved 2 sets. So anyone who has not seen the previous sessions, session number 1, they must watch that particular session before they will come and watch this session. So if you are right now watching this session number 2 right now, and you haven't seen session number 1, in which I have solved some of the, I have solved 2 different sets of LRDI section of slot 1. And I have told you a lot of things, a lot of strategies. So in that session, we had a look at all the 5 sets. We analyzed all the 5 sets, right? And we basically took into consideration different parameters which will help us in selection of the set. So the first 15-20 minutes of that session are very, very important, right? So all of you must go back and watch the first session of this series, in which we have devised a proper strategy that will help us in selection of sets at the beginning of the section. Now friends, this is round number 2. So we have seen that in round number 1, as and when LRDI section will start, so we spent 3 to 4 minutes in the analysis of each and every set. Yes, we actually spent 4 minutes, maximum 5 minutes. So in the maximum 5 minutes, we had a look at all the 5 sets. Okay, we were not entering the sets. We did not read any kind of data. We just analyzed that set. All right. So after that, we selected 2 sets which we were able to solve in less than 10 minutes, right? Completely, including the questions. Now, both these sets included 4 questions. So 2 multiply 4, that is 8 questions. So I can say that in 5 minutes of analysis, understanding which sets needs to be picked up, and then 10 minutes on one set, 10 minutes on the other set, right? So in a total of 25 minutes, we were easily able to finish up with 2 sets. That means 8 questions. That will secure 90 plus percentile for us, which will take us to clear the sectional cutoff of all the top IIMs, right? Now let's see in round number 2 what need to be done. Okay, now round number 2, we are solving all these sets from the point of view of the speed of an average student. So like 10 minutes we spent on the first 2 sets, right? A student who is very strong in logical reasoning and data interpretation will be able to solve those 2 sets in less than 8 minutes each, right? So if you are a student who is very good in LRDI section, right, then you will be able to solve those 2 sets, including the analysis, and 20 minutes over, right? So you are left with only 20 minutes after that, right? Now let's see what we can do in these 20 minutes or 15 minutes from the point of view of average student. If we have taken 25 minutes in the entire process and we have solved 2 sets, so what we can do in these 15 minutes, leftover 15 minutes, or maybe more amount of time. So we are left with 3 sets, right? And after the analysis, we have got to know one thing, that the first set is slightly lengthy, it's very lengthy, 1.5 page, as compared to the remaining two sets which are left. Now, one of the sets, set number 2, was a game of quite, right? So this was the only set of information that was given, right? So this looks comparatively easy. And one more set, that was set number 4, not this one, this we have solved in the previous class. So this one, now this we haven't seen the data, but by the look of it, I can say that the amount of data is the amount of data can be handled easily, right? Also, we have bar graph, numbers, so we can say that this set looks like a set of logical data interpretation, right? Fine. So let's enter this particular set first of all to start with, okay? And let's see what do we have in this set for us. All right. Okay. So let's start reading the instructions. Now, the chart below provides complete information about the number of countries visited by Dheeraj, Samantha, Nitesh in Asia, Europe, and rest of the world. So there are some countries in Asia, there are some countries in Europe, and there are some countries in rest of the world. So we have 3 different bifurcations: Asia, Europe, and rest of the world. And Dheeraj, Samantha, and Nitesh, they have traveled, they have visited some countries in these 3 places. Okay. Now, following additional facts are known about the countries visited by them. So first point says that 30 countries were visited by at least one of them. Now, at least one of them. So there may be some countries that may be visited by exactly one of them. There may be some countries that will be visited by exactly 2 of them. And there will be some countries which will be visited by exactly 3 of them. So just by the look of it, whatever I have read up till now, this looks like a question of Venn diagrams, right? Now, Venn diagrams, if I'll look at Asia, Europe, and rest of world, there should not be anything common between these 3, right? So if I think of drawing a Venn diagram of Asia, Europe, and rest of world, there will not be any kind of Venn diagram because there will not be any kind of overlapping as far as countries are concerned, right? So that means I'll have to draw the Venn diagram for Asia separately. Now, if I draw the Venn diagram of Asia separately, then how can it be done? So in Asia, there will be some countries that will be visited by Dheeraj, there will be some countries by Samantha, and some countries by Nitesh. All right, fine. Now there can be overlapping in the countries which are visited by these 3 people inside Asia only. So inside Asia, there may be some countries which will be visited by exactly one of them. There may be some countries which are visited by exactly 2 of them, and there may be some countries which are visited by exactly 3 of them. So this is my understanding after reading this much of data. Now let's see what do we have to do further. Then second point says that USA is the only country in rest of world that was visited by all 3 of them. So in rest of world, USA is the only country. So yes, they are drawing rest of world. So the Venn diagram of rest of world separately, right? So this is the structure of the question which tells us to draw a separate Venn diagram for Asia, then Europe, and then rest of world. These 3 Venn diagrams will be there, and each of these 3 Venn diagrams will be a 3-set Venn diagram, right? Further, in this bar graph, what is given? So the chart below provides the complete information about the number of countries visited by these 3 people in these 3, I would say, continents, bol sakte hain, we can say that. So Dheeraj has visited 3 countries in Asia, 7 in Europe, and 1 in rest of world. Okay. Now, if I'll consider only for Asia, blue color. So Dheeraj has visited 3 countries in Asia, Samantha has visited 0 countries in Asia, and Nitesh has visited 1 country in Asia. Now there can be an overlap among these 3 values. All right. So structure is completed just after reading this much of stuff, and we can quickly draw 3 Venn diagrams. Now the beauty of this question is the values are very small. Okay. So huge amount of calculations will not be required. This is the question of Venn diagram, right? Logic included with numbers. So yes, we have done Venn diagrams in logical data interpretation. So we can say that this is one set of logical data interpretation. Venn diagram is tested in CAT 2024. Now, we used to tell students that Venn diagram was not tested since so many years, but CAT 2024, the latest CAT has Venn diagrams. So let's quickly draw Venn diagram, not one Venn diagram, but we'll be drawing 3 Venn diagrams. So I'll first of all draw it for Asia, then Europe, and then rest of world, 3 separate Venn diagrams, right? Now this is for Asia, right? 3 people are Dheeraj, Samantha, and Nitesh. I'll write their initials. Dheeraj, Samantha, and Nitesh. And similar Venn diagrams will be drawn. 2 more Venn diagrams. Dheeraj, Samantha, and Nitesh. This is for Europe. And 1 more Venn diagram in this space provided. Okay. Or should I make some space? Yes, I'll do that. But first of all, let me write the values for Asia, then Europe, and then rest of world. I'll do that. So for Asia, Dheeraj has visited 3, Samantha 0, 1. So 3, 0, 1 total. So Dheeraj has visited a total of 3, Samantha 0, and Nitesh 1. Okay. Then for Europe, Dheeraj has visited 7, then Samantha 9, and Nitesh 6. So 7, 9, and 6. So Dheeraj 7, Samantha 9, and Nitesh 6. Okay. Now third and the last Venn diagram, after which I'll get rid of this bar graph. There will not be any kind of requirement of this Venn diagram of this bar graph after we have drawn the 3 Venn diagrams and used these values that were given by the bars here. Okay. So I'll note it down. For rest of world, Dheeraj 1, Samantha 4, and Nitesh 12. So Dheeraj 1, 4, and 12, right? Now let me get rid of this bar graph quickly. Okay, so that I have some space for the third Venn diagram. So the third Venn diagram for ROW, the rest of world, Dheeraj, Samantha, Nitesh, and let me write these 3 values 1, 4, and 12. 1 for Dheeraj, 4 for Samantha, and 12 for Neeraj. All right, perfect. So I have this particular stuff with me and I can write ROW here. These 3 values are not required now. Not required. Now let's read these pointers one by one, the pointers which are given at the top of the screen. Okay, so one by one. So 32 countries were visited by at least one of them. 32 countries in total. So at least one of them will visit some countries in Asia. So number of countries visited in Asia plus number of countries visited in Europe plus number of countries visited in rest of world. The sum of this should be equal to 32. Right now, I have no data with me. I'll leave this information as it is. We'll come back to it. Okay. Moving on. USA is the only country that was visited by all 3 of them. USA is the only country. Brackets, you are given, it is in rest of world. So USA, which is in rest of world, is the only country that was visited by all 3 of them. Right? So USA is in rest of world, is the only country that was visited in by all 3 of them. So that means there is no other country that was visited by all of them. So 0 and 0. All right, great. So this is the first value that I have utilized. Statement number 2 is completely used. Okay. Now with this 0, what all can I fill? Now first of all, Samantha, entire circle is 0. So all these values separately should be 0. Okay. So this value have to be 0. Right? Perfect. Now 1 is left with Nitesh. It can come here, can come here. wherever, like it can come at any of these places. Similarly, Dheeraj is 3. I'll not touch it. Then 0, 7, 9 and 6, big numbers are there. Okay, fine. So I'll not touch this one. 1 is already filled here and 1 is the total for Dheeraj. So that means the other places for Dheeraj should be 0. Perfect. Great. Done this much. Now let's move ahead. Look at point number 3. China is the only country which is in Asia. Okay. China is the only country that was visited by both Dheeraj and Nitesh, but not Samantha. That means China is the only country that was visited by both Dheeraj and Nitesh only. So Dheeraj and Nitesh. Dheeraj and Nitesh only. China is the only country and it is in Asia. So here I'll get 1. Here I'll get 0. And here already I have 0. Right? Fine. Now let's move ahead. Let's see after filling these numbers what all can be done. So in the first Venn diagram, Nitesh is total 1 and I have 1, 0, 0. So this number should be 0. Perfect. Dheeraj total is 3, 0, 0, 1. 3 numbers are already filled. The remaining number, only Dheeraj, should be 2. So the first Venn diagram is completed and the number of countries in Asia that were visited by at least one of them will be the sum of these numbers inside the Venn diagram. So 2 plus 1 and then all of them are zeros. So in Asia, this number is 3 out of 32. The first point, keep it in mind. Okay, perfect. Let's move ahead. After filling this 0, I cannot do anything with any of the other remaining values in the second Venn diagram of Europe. In the third Venn diagram of rest of world, already this value was filled. I'm still left with these 3 numbers, which can be anything. Okay, so third point is also taken completely. I'll move on to fourth point. France is the only country outside Asia. Outside Asia, only country. That means France can be, since it is given that it is outside Asia, France outside Asia, right? So it can be in Europe or rest of world, but in the bracket it is clearly mentioned that France is in Europe. So France is the only country outside Asia which was visited by both Dheeraj and Samantha, but not by Nitesh. So that means France is the only country which is in Europe which is visited by only Dheeraj and Samantha, right? So Dheeraj and Samantha 0, Dheeraj and Samantha only 1 because it's only France, and here it's already 0. Fine, done. Point number 4 is also taken. Now using point number 4, do we have any other values which we can fill? Already Venn diagram 1, Asia is completed. Europe. For Dheeraj, this complete circle is 7. 1, 0 and 0 are already filled. So only Dheeraj will be 6. Right? Now I cannot do anything with these 3 values. Leave it behind. No addition in third Venn diagram. Still as it is. Leave it. So point number 4 is also taken care of. Alright. Now point number 5. Point number 5 says that half of the countries visited by both Samantha and Nitesh. Only is not there here. Okay. Half of the countries visited by both Samantha and Nitesh are in Europe. So out of the total number of countries that these two have visited, half of them are in Europe. So that means the countries that these two have visited in Europe will be equal to the sum of the countries that these two have visited in Asia and rest of world. All right, fine. Now let me mark this portion with a separate symbol. Number of countries visited by Samantha and Nitesh. Samantha and Nitesh, that means this portion. Samantha and Nitesh, this portion. Okay, sum of these two and this portion. So I can say that this value will be equal to the sum of these two values, right? Okay. But I don't know this part. So what you can do is you can assume any of these numbers as x. Okay. So you can assume any of these numbers as x for Europe or for rest of world. So let's say I'll assume this number x for rest of world. So if this is x, this complete is 4. This complete is 4, out of which this is 0, 1 and x. So the remaining part, only Samantha, will become 4 minus 1, 3, 3 minus x. Alright. Similarly, this complete circle of Nitesh is 12. I have 0, 1 and x. So 12 minus 1 is 11. 11 minus x will be this value. Perfect. Okay. Now here, the number of countries visited by Samantha and Nitesh is 0. So this number is 0. Now in this case, it is 1 plus x. All right, fine. So I can say that 0 and 1 plus x, total countries 1 plus x. This should be equal to the sum of these two numbers here. So it is 0. So yahan pe, here I will get 1 plus x. I'll repeat this. Half of the countries visited by both Samantha and Nitesh are in Europe. So out of the total countries that these two have visited, half of them are in Europe. So other half will be in these two. Okay, so I can say that Samantha and Nitesh, whatever countries they have visited in Europe, right, that will be equal to the sum of the countries that they have visited in Asia and rest of world, right? So here it is 0, here it is 1 plus x. So here again it should be 1 plus x. That is simple. Done. Okay. So if this portion is 1 plus x, now I can write only Samantha and only Nitesh in this Venn diagram as well. So 9 is the entire value. 9 minus 2, 7. 7 minus x. And then 6 is this entire value. 6 minus 1, 5. 5 minus x. All right. Great. Now we are up till this portion. Now, the total number of countries visited by at least one of them. I'm still left with point number 1. Now it will be utilized. The number of countries which will be visited by at least one of them in Asia is 3. Same thing can be calculated for Europe. So let's do that. I have to calculate the sum of all these numbers which are written inside the Venn diagram. So 7 and 7, 14 and 6, 20. 20 minus x plus x cancelled and minus x. 20 minus x. This is done for Europe. Done. Let's do the same thing for rest of world. So rest of world 1 plus 3, 4 and 11, 15 minus x. Okay. Now, countries visited by at least one of them will be 3 plus 20 minus x plus this, the sum of these three numbers. So the sum of these three numbers should be equal to 32. So let's make an equation here. So 3 plus 20 minus x plus 15 minus x is equal to 32. So from here, the value of x comes out to be 35, 38, 38 minus 32 is 6 is equal to 2x and x is equal to 3. So x is equal to 3 after solving it. And now you can substitute the value of x and get the value of these remaining regions. So x is equal to 3. I'm putting it with the red color pen, right? So x is equal to 3, right? Now 3 minus x, 0. 11 minus x, 11 minus 3 is 8. 7 minus 3 is 4. 1 plus 3 is also 4. And 5 minus 3 is 2. So look at the values with red color only. Done? Great. Now the job is over. Now we can move on to the questions, take them one by one. So let's have a look at the first question. How many countries in Asia were visited by at least one of Dheeraj, Samantha, and Nitesh? We already have this answer like 5 to 10 minutes back, right? So, how many countries in Asia were visited by at least one of them? So, at least one of them in Asia, number of countries is 3. So, the answer of first question will be 3. Okay? There are 4 questions. One is done. Second question. How many countries in Europe, that means the second Venn diagram, were visited by only Nitesh? Only Nitesh. So Europe, only Nitesh, number of countries 5 minus x, which was equal to 2. So 2 is the correct answer of this one. Done? Next, how many countries in ROW, rest of world, the third Venn diagram, were visited by both Nitesh and Samantha? Only is missing here. So both Nitesh and Samantha. So both Nitesh and Samantha, I need 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1, answer will be 4. All right. So 4 is the answer for this question. And the last one, how many countries in Europe, second Venn diagram, were visited by exactly one of these 3? Exactly one in Europe. So Europe, exactly one, 6 plus 4 plus 2, answer is 12. So 12, that is option B, is the correct answer of this question. All right, fine. So this set is done. Venn diagrams, 3 set, 3 Venn diagrams. There were 3 Venn diagrams of 3 set, and on an average, the time taken to solve this question should not be more than 10 minutes, right? After 10 minutes, a total of 1.5 minutes will consume by these 4 questions. So 10 to 12 minutes, the entire set should be done. We are done with 3 sets in around 32 minutes. You still have around 8 to 10 minutes, right? Now in these 8 to 10 minutes, yes, we can move towards one more set. Now we have solved 12 questions, 3 complete sets. That means we have secured, definitely secured 95 plus percentile, right? Fine. So now let's move on and look at one more set, right? So we will definitely solve one more set in the remaining time. And yes, if I am an average student, I'm able to solve 3 sets, then I'll not be considered as an average student. I have 95 percentile plus in LRDI. I am in top 5 percentage. I am not an average student. Okay. So even if you are consuming 40 minutes for these 3 sets, it's absolutely fine. You are in top 5 percentage of the students in LRDI, right? If you are like I would say a brilliant student in LRDI, you are confident in LRDI, then in the remaining time, you can pick up one more set, another 5 questions. You will be touching 15 plus questions, 15 to 17 questions you'll be touching, and you are in top 9, like you are in top 1 percentage of the students. That means you will score 99 plus percentile for sure. You can even touch 99.9 percentile as well, right? So friends, let's take one more set and the game of quiet. Now this is our next set, okay, and I would say that not more than 10 minutes should be taken to complete this one, okay. So let's read the instructions first of all. We'll take 2 to 3 minutes to read the instructions, then 7-8 minutes to complete the table, whatever is required, okay, and then another 1 or 2 minutes to answer all the 5 questions. There are 5 questions in this, all the 5 questions to get the answers of those questions, okay. So question says game of quiet is played between 2 teams. So whatever is the game, it is played between 2 teams. 6 teams numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 play in a quiet tournament. 6 teams are playing, so wherein one game is played between 2 teams. Now these teams are divided equally into 2 groups. So 6 teams, 3 teams in one group, 3 teams in another group, but we don't know which team is in one group, which team is in the other group. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these are the numbered teams. Carefully, numbered teams. Okay, fine. Now in the tournament, each team plays every other team in the same group only once. So I'm sure They will be asking you to calculate the number of games. Okay, right? They will be asking you to calculate the number of games or maybe number of rounds or whatever. Let's see. So in the tournament, each team plays every other team in the same group. See, I'm discussing, so I'm consuming more time. You will not talk to anyone else while you'll be solving. Okay. So in the tournament, each team plays every other team in the same group once. So if the team is in the same group, I'll play only one match with that team. On the other hand, each team in the other group exactly twice. So the other three teams which are in the second group, I will be playing two matches, two games with each of these teams. So that means I will play a total of 2 games in the same group and a total of 6 games in the other group. Right? Perfect. Now that means every team will play 2 plus 6, 8 matches. Right? Every team will play 8 matches. Done. There are 6 teams, 6 into 8, 48 games, but duplications are done here. So 48 divided by 2, 24 games will be there. All right. So orally, we have calculated the total number of games. Whichever method you use, answer will be same. So total of 24 games or matches, whatever you want to call it. In this case, they are calling it game. So 24 games will be there in this entire tournament. The tournament has several rounds. Now they are coming to this point, each of which consists of a few games. Every team plays exactly one game in each round. Every team plays exactly one game in each round. There are 6 teams. So let's say 1 and 2 will play, 3 and 4 will play, 5 and 6 will play. 6 teams, every team will play exactly one match in a round. So there will be 3 matches, 3 games in every round. Right? So there are 3 games in every round. There are total of 24 games. That means there will be a total of 8 rounds in this tournament. Right? So there are 8 rounds. Let's see if there is any question which is based on number of games or number of rounds. How many rounds were there? First question itself. See, if you are left with only 3-4 minutes in the end, right? And you are stuck with this question, at least one question can be done based on just 2 minutes spent in this. Okay. So how many rounds were there in the tournament? There are 8 rounds in this tournament. What is the number of the team that played team 1 in round 5? Round 5. Which team among the teams numbered this were not a part of the same group? Okay, we have to do the grouping of these 6 teams. What is the number of team that played team 1 in round 7? Cannot be answered, cannot be answered. Fine. So we have answered one question after spending 2 minutes on this set. Let's go back to it. So now we understand that there are 8 rounds and every round has 3 matches. So I'll make a table accordingly. Okay, so in this empty space, I'll quickly make a table. 8 rounds and every round has 3 matches. All right, let's do that. So friends, I have made a table here, okay, an empty table, and let me write the rounds first of all the rounds. So round 1, round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then ahead of every round, I'll be writing which 2 teams are playing these 3 games. Okay. Now, one very important thing that we have from this is every team plays exactly one game in each round, right? So all the 6 teams should be included in every round. Every team will play exactly one match in each round, right? Okay? So now we'll read all this information one by one and we'll try to fill in this table. Perfect. Chaliye. So, point number 1, each team played against a team from the other group in round 8. So, round 8, in all the three matches are played between the teams which are in different groups. No information, I'll move ahead. Round 4 and round 7, the matchups, that is the pair of teams playing against each other, were identical. So round 4 and round 7, exactly same matches are played. The lineups are identical. In round 5 and 8, the matchups were also identical. Round 5 and 8, these are also identical. Now, understand one thing. I'll be playing with a team in the same group only one match. But I'll be playing with a team of the other group two matches. So that means in round 8 and in round 5, in both these rounds, the matchup will be between the teams which are in different rounds. Same thing will happen in round 4 and round 7. All the matches, right? Because these matches will happen twice. The match which happens in round number 4, the same match will happen in round number 7. All three of them, right? Since the same matches are being played twice, so that means these are between the teams which are in the different groups. Okay, fine. Let's move ahead and look at the next pointer. Which number? Pointer number 3. Now, point number 3 says team 4 played team 6 in both round 1 and round 2. So round 1, 4 will play with 6. Round 2, 4 will play with 6. So 4 and 6, two matches are happening between them. So that means team number 4 and team number 6 are in different group very clearly. So team number 4 and team number 6, they are in different groups because they are playing two matches against each other. Let's continue. So point number 3, team 4 played team 6 in both round 1 and round 2. Point number 3 is completely utilized. I'll not come back to this point. Done? Next pointer. Point number 4, team 1 played with team 5 only once, and that was in round 2. 1 and 5 in round 2. Team 1 with team 5, only once they will play. So that means team 1 and team 5 both will be in the same group, either with team number 4 or with team number 6. Perfect. So point number 4 is also taken care of. Perfect. Point number 5. Team 3 played team 4 in round 3. Team 3 and team 4 in round 3. So 3 and 4. Team 3 played team 4 in round 3. Team 1 played team 6 in round 6. Team 1 plays with team 6 in round 6. Great. Extra information. So point number 5 is also taken care of. Point number 6. In round 8, they're talking about round 8, wherein the teams which will play the same game will be in different groups. Okay. In round 8, team 3 played with team 6. That means 3 and 6 are in different groups. Perfect. So 6 is in this group. So 3 will be in the other group. Now this group has place for only one more team. So these two teams, 1 and 5, will go in the second group, and hence team number 2 will be in this group. Grouping is done. Answer to one more question is obtained. If you remember, question number 8. Question number 8. Which team among the teams number 2, 3, 4, 5 were not a part of the same group? 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3 and 4 are in the same group. 5 is in the other group. So the answer will be 5. That is option A. We are done with 2 questions in 5 minutes. Right? Okay. Let's move ahead. Let's go back to the data. Okay. And let's finish this. In round 8, team 3 played with team 6 and team 2 played with team 5. Team 2 played with team 5. Let me go back to the same color. Team 2 played with team 5. Perfect. Everything is written. Okay. Everything is used. Point number 6 is also done. Point number 1 and point number 2 are remaining. Point number 2 is also utilized. Done. And point number 1, each team played against a team from the other group in round number 8. This is also done. Okay. Now, in any round, if I already have two matches, I can quickly write the third match because all the 6 teams will participate in every round. So in round number 2, I have two matches. Team number 1, team number 5, team number 4 and team number 6. They have already played 1-1 match. Remaining two teams are team number 2 and team number 3. So 2 and 3 will play here as well. Round number 2 is completed. Same with round number 8. 3, 6, 2, 5 have played. 1 and 4 are left. So 1 will play with 4 in round number 8. All the matchups of round number 8 are identical with round number 5. That was given in point number 2. Round 5 and round 8, the matchups were identical. So in round number 5, 3 will play with 6, 2 will play with 5 and 1 will play with 4. Okay. Same thing has happened for round number 4 and round number 7, but I don't have any of the matches of these two rounds. Now we are stuck. What to be done? Okay. So now let's see what can be done. Now look at this. Team number 4 has played with team number 6. Team number 4 has played with team number 6, both the matches. Team number 4 has played with team number 1, both the matches. So that means team number 4 is left to play with team number 5, two matches. And these two matches can happen where? They can happen in round number 4 and round number 7, right? So team number 4 has played in round number 1, round number 2, round number 3. They are left to be played in round number 4. They are left to be played in round number 7. They have played in round number 4. They have played in round number 8, right? So they are left to be played in round number 4, round number 7 and round number 6. Team number 4. I'm talking about team number 4. Okay. Now, which all matches of team number 4 are left? So, team number 4 is left to play two matches with team number 5 and one more match. Team number 3. So, 4 and 3. Have they played any game? Yes, 4 and 3 have played. 4 and 2. So, 4 and 2. This particular match is also left. 4 versus 2. I'm sorry. So 4 versus 2. Okay. 4 versus 2 has not happened. Right. Now let us put these matches in the table. Now since these two matches, right, identical matches will happen in round 4 and 7. It was given to us. So 4, 5, 4, 5 will be filled here. Right. So team number 4 has played in all the rounds now except round number 6. So this only remaining match will be played in round number 6. That is team 4 with team 2. Done. So team number 4 has played all its matches of the tournament. Okay. Now looking at round number 6, we have two matches already. So we can fill up the third match. 1, 2, 4 and 6. So match between 3 and 5 will happen in this round. So this round is also done. Okay. Now let's talk about the remaining two matches of round 4, round 7. Now round 4, round 7. Which teams are left to be played in these rounds? So 4 and 5 have played with each other. 4 and 5 have played with each other. So team number 3 will either play with team number 6 two matches, or team number 3 will play with team number 5 the two matches. So let's see what has already happened. 3 and 5, the match between 3 and 5 has already happened in round number 6. So it cannot happen in both round number 4 and 7. So this is not possible. So 3-6, the match between 3-6, the match between 3-6 is also done. Wait, I have written it wrongly. So 4-5 is already done. 4-5 is already done. So 3-6 or 3-1 is left. My bad. So 3-6 or 3-1 is left. Now 3-6, this has already happened in round number 5. 3-1 is not placed right now. So that means in round 4 and round 7, these two matches will be played. Okay, right? So this will not be played 3-1. 3 will play with 1 in round number 4 and round number 7. Now the remaining match of these two rounds can be calculated. So in round number 4, 1, 3, 4 and 5 have played. 2 and 6 are left. Same in this will happen. 2 and 6 matchups done in these rounds. Great. Now let's talk about first and third round, whatever is left. Okay. Now talking about the first round. First round, team number 4 and 6, they have played their match. Okay, 4 is done with 6. So 4 is done with 6 in the first round. So I'm left with team number 3, team number 2, team number 1 and team number 5. Now just check which matches are left. That's all. 3-1, there should be 2 matches between 3 and 1. So one of the matches is here, another match is here. So this match, this lineup is already done. Between 3 and 5, one match is played here between 3 and 5. Okay. Now 3 and 5, have they played a match? 3-5. So 3-5, yes, they have played one match and that's it, only one match. So a match between 3 and 5 is left. Okay. 3 and 2 will play only one match. They have already played one match. So that means in round number 1, this match will happen between team number 3 and team number 5. I can write the last match. 1 will play with 2. Okay, right? Now the same thing, it will hardly take 30 seconds, will be repeated for round 3. So round 3, 3 and 4, these two teams have played. 3 and 4 have played. So this match has already happened. 3 has already played with 2. Okay, 1-1 matches done. Okay, right. Now the matches left between teams 2, 6, 1 and 5. Okay, now 2 will play with 6. How many matches? 2 matches. So between 2 and 6, 2 matches are already done. 2 and 1, there will be 2 matches. So let's see if 2 matches are played. 1 and 2, 1 match. And I could not see any other match between 1 and 2. And in fact, 2 and 5, 2 matches are already done. So that means between team number 2 and team number 1, another match is left between 1 and 2. And then I'll write the last match that will play between team number 5 and team number 6. The table is over. Okay. So yes, 8 to 10 minutes will be taken to make this table, definitely. But even before that, we have answered 2 questions. Okay, this is 1 plus like win-win situation is there in this set. Profit of attempting this set towards the end when you are left with less amount of time. Okay, so let's answer remaining 3 questions. So question number 7, what is the number of the team that played team 1 in round 5? Team 1 in round 5. So round 5, team 1 is playing a match with team number 4. Okay, they are talking about this match. So answer should be team number 4. Cool. Question number 9. What is the number of the team that played team 1 in round 7? Team 1 in round 7. So round 7, team 1 plays with team number 3. So 3 will be the answer. We'll type in this answer. Last question. What is the number of the team that played team 6 in round 3? So team 6 in round 3. Team 6 in round 3. The last match that was determined, it is team number 5. And the answer will be 5. Alright. So we have answered these 5 questions as well. So now we can say that in a matter of 40 minutes, we could easily attempt. I'll not use the word easily, I'm sorry, but we can attempt 17 questions. We are left with only one set. The set was lengthy and it need not to be attempted in this examination. All right. So friends, that is all from my side for this session and the session that we have planned for all of you. We have solved 4 sets in these 2 sessions, and these are the 4 sets that each and every student must solve in a given section of LRDI. All right. Now, the next session will be the analysis of slot number 2 LRDI section of CAT 2024. Right? So we'll see you soon. Have a nice time. All the very best.